Okay, it's recording. Hey guys, it's Michaela and you've never seen me before. Welcome. You should hit that subscribe button if you want to see my face again. In today's video, I'm going to be talking all about my Smiley piercing, the pros and cons, the pain, the healing, all of that, all the things that they don't talk about with the Smiley piercing, jewelry, what best suits for your mouth, about damage for the teeth, everything like that. I'm gonna cover everything, and if I don't cover something in this video, then comment your questions down below so that I can get to them, because you know I might miss something. For the people who don't know, a Smiley piercing is piercing the little flap of skin that connects from your gum to your lip. Yeah, so it's literally just that little piece of skin like in your mouth under your lip. So right now I have in this jewelry with a capsule bead, like, you know, a hoop with a capsule. That one is the easiest for me to put in. This right here it's so funny showing this piercing off, but this is where your Smiley is. When you get your Smiley pierced, you get it pierced with, most of the time they use a like horseshoe or like a two beaded curved barb, you know, like something like of that nature, so that it heals in the right way. Then later on, once it heals, it only takes about 2 to 3 weeks to heal. So after it heals, you can choose whatever piercing you want or whatever jewelry you want to put in it. In the beginning, you have to get the little horseshoe. So the spot that they pierce is called the frenulum. It's really easy to hide. If you don't want it to be shown, you could just choose a smaller ring or like smaller piercing or something that doesn't show when you smile. But hence the name Smiley. It only really shows when you smile, like cheesy smile, like, you know, because it's really just at the top of your teeth, your front teeth right here. They even have something called a frowny, and it's like on the bottom. Just fun fact. Before you get the piercing done, your piercer should check that little flap of skin right there and see if it's a good enough frenulum to pierce, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, when you get a piercing, everybody's body is different, so not everyone has a thick enough or like a big enough piece of skin to pierce. I'm sorry, my lips are crusty. My lips are chapped. Sometimes some people can't get one because their little piece of skin isn't big enough. That sounds so nasty, but if you really want a Smiley, you should just go check in the mirror and like feel with your tongue under your lip, or you could even just pull your lip and see how big that little piece of skin is and if it's big enough size to pierce. If not, then you might not be able to get the piercing, and it's devastating to find that out. Like or if your frenulum is weak, like if that little piece of skin isn't thick enough, they should make sure that you have a good enough, thick enough frenulum to have a Smiley for a long period of time. Because with Smiley piercings, when Smileys age, they can sometimes fall out. With eating and everything, like that piece of skin becomes weaker and weaker. Like if you have a big piece of jewelry and it's like pulling and everything, some people's Smiley even like come out completely, like just grow out of their mouth, and you know that piece of skin is like not there anymore. So it's a lot of research. So if you really want to know like in depth about a Smiley piercing, I would advise you do your own research, but this is just a quick skim through of everything for this video. The pain level was like literally a 3 out of a 10. Like it was quick and it was like a little tiny pinch. It didn't hurt much because that's like, it's a sensitive area, but that piece of skin is not that thick, so it's over like that. And I'm pretty weak when it comes to like pain levels, so if you know me, you know I'm a weenie and everything hurts me. Everything hurts me, so if I say that it doesn't hurt, then it shouldn't hurt anybody. The Smiley wasn't nearly as painful as like a septum or anything on your ears or things like that. So if you're looking for a low pain piercing, this is the one, and it's really easy to hide. Those are both like pros, and they heal very fast. Like all oral piercings heal pretty fast because your mouth is like moist all the time, obviously, and mouth wounds heal the fastest, so all oral piercings are gonna heal like pretty fast. The cost for me, my piercing only costed $20 because or no, actually, how much did I pay for it? It was $25, I believe. I went to a different place this time. I will put the name and everything in the description box below, but I went to a different place this time. I didn't go to my normal piercer because he wouldn't do it. Like, there's some piercers out there that won't do smiley piercings just because of the cost. I mean, the dental effect. I don't know how to explain it. There's just some things that go wrong with smiley piercings. I personally haven't had any dental problems, like any issues, but when I first got the piercing and I got it pierced with the horseshoe, it's not the correct term of use, you know what I'm getting at. When I first got it pierced with that, I did notice that it was rubbing against my teeth on one side, since it's kind of like crooked. Most of the time when you get it done, it's gonna like shift to one side once it settles in your mouth. At first it's in the middle because, you know, you first get it pierced, it's gonna be swollen for a little bit. So it's gonna feel funny up here, but it's gonna settle in your mouth and it'll feel like it just belongs, kind of like braces, or if you have a retainer, a permanent retainer like I do, it kind of just becomes a part of your mouth. Like, you don't notice that it's there anymore. At first it's really annoying and it bothers you. Every time you talk, your lip like catches it and it's super annoying. After a week or two, it settles in and you can't even feel it anymore. But the piercing can run anywhere from $25 to $40. Just actually, some places even charge like $50 for this piercing, but it ranges. So I would contact your local store first before you just go in expecting to pay a price, you know. So always call before time, always call ahead and ask what their prices are and if they'll even do a smiley piercing, because you don't want to get there and then realize like none of them will even do it. They all refuse to do the piercing. So that's kind of annoying. Okay, I'm gonna read this.
Girl, I don't know what happens to the rest of this footage, but I'm gonna put a few clips up here of my piercing and whatnot, just so that you guys can keep watching and hear some more of the things that I have to say about this piercing, because I ain't done. I'm not done. I do want to talk about a few more of the cons and some pros that I have discovered while having this piercing, and that I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, like, am I okay? First off, the swelling. That's normal. Your lip is going to swell, and the indentations that it leaves in your gums and your lips, all of that is fine, but erosion is something that's different, and that's when you need to seek help. Not seek help, but you know, if it gets to that point, definitely go to the doctor. But if you're just noticing things like uncomfortableness, make sure you pay attention to the things that you're eating. If it's spicy, if it has citrusy flavors, or if it's acidy, that's uncomfortable. Like I said in the beginning of this video, you want to do your own research. Watching videos is a good way to do collective research on different people's experiences, but you need to go to Google everything. That's how I figured out if I wanted to get this piercing or not. Ultimately, it is a good decision.
It's like up there. You can't even see it.
For a low-cost, low-pain piercing, and it's cute, it's easy to hide. That was the original footage from when I first got it pierced and I was walking out. I also have a video on my channel of me getting my smiley pierced. What you really want to make sure that you know is the best piercers in your area for this piercing, or if you have to travel for this piercing, because not everybody can do it. Just Google everything, all right? These are the things that I personally experienced, and yeah, if you have any more questions or anything, literally comment them down below. I've got a wonderful community of people that would be glad to help you if they have the answer, or me, I'm more than glad to answer your questions if I didn't answer it in this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, if you stay tuned to the end, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.